Okay, deck tech. Alright, so, well, we're going on the deep end again, because we're going to try something a little spicy again. Yeah, so why deviate a little bit? Well, I still have been liking the previous list. I did just go 3-2 though in a unrecorded league, and while I cannot, there's really nothing I can ultimately criticize Harbinger of the Tides too much about, because it does ultimately do exactly what it says it does, which is bounce something. I was just thinking maybe we could try to squeeze some hard removal in here. I just feel like I'm a little bit priced out of Dismember because of these 4 Waterlogged Groves, which, to be fair, have been absolutely amazing. So I'm not saying I'm going to ditch these or anything. And I could even play Dismember in the sideboard, perhaps, because Dismember, as long as you're playing in the sideboard, you can bring it in against decks where your life total isn't too much of an issue. But Frogify, I think, is a little bit of an underrated blue removal type spell, because ultimately, at the end of the day, if you can turn anything into a 1/1, that's basically going to be as good as removing it for the most part. Because creatures have just gotten so insane in Modern that a 1/1 is pretty... like, the days of like a 1/1 for 1 being worth it are pretty much over. So if you turn something into a 1/1, you're almost always making it under curve. Basically, every color gets more than a 1/1 worth of a card for even 1 mana. To be sure, there are some circumstances where this might be less than ideal, but I think where this is least ideal is where like we really don't have almost any creatures. But since we have the 8 main lands, plus we are now playing with at least yeah, we're actually playing with 24 creatures, although 4 of these can't block. So we're playing with 20 creatures that can block this. I think Frogify might actually have some chops, and it can be played under Chalice on 1, which is another plus. There is some consideration of playing like Bind the Monster or even Bowl Snare. Yeah, some like 1 mana options that basically make a enchanted creature unable to untap. Bind the Monster taps it down while it does that, but you have to lose life equal to the creature's, I forget, mana cost or power or something. Whereas Bowl Snare, you don't lose life, but it doesn't automatically tap down unless you pay a kicker of 3. But for 1 more mana with Frogify, you get to immediately shrink it down all the way to a 1/1. No kicker cost or life required, and if a creature has excellent abilities that you want to be able to overwrite, Frogify can stop those in its track too. So, I don't know, Frogify might be a failed experiment, but I'm going to give it a shot, and I know that sounds weird, but there's absolutely... This I have tried sometimes on occasion in previous Luris Merfolk builds, so we shall see if this has some chops even outside of those builds. Let's give this a shot. Of course, this means we move Relic to the main deck, which honestly I've been wanting to do anyway. There's just so many decks where having access to main deck Graveyard Hate is pretty powerful, particularly against the new, Izzet Prowess deck, or I should say Izzet Delver deck. But, those food decks, and there's just a lot of decks where having a great main deck Graveyard Hate can be great. And worst case scenario, we just cycle it. Anywho, let's see how this goes. And special thanks to all of my viewers, and we'll have a shout out coming up for my patrons. Take care. Alright, match 1. Well, hand's a little clunky, but we know from experience oftentimes we can keep hands like this. It is possible. Being on the draw is a little rough though. It would have been better if we were on the play. But hey, maybe their main deck relics will pay some dividends. Hopefully they don't grief this or force a negation. Unfortunately, unless I draw an untapped land, I'm only going to be able to possibly deploy 1, and I'm not even going to be able to tap it. Yeah, this is a problem. I might as well play this because... okay. Huh. So maybe it's not... whatever it's called. It's not Living End. Well, see, this is where main deck Graveyard Hate might first show its worth. Let's play this, and I guess we might as well just cycle in case we draw a land. And we do. No, this is going to be a little awkward, but I think you will find that we will ultimately be okay, even though this came into play tapped. Nettleschist. So I'm guessing this is Affinity. I don't know. Oh no, this is food. Well, I can't block that with Tide Shaper. We'll put Tide Shaper into play though. Shall we try to repeal? Yeah, I guess we might as well, right? Yeah, I guess we might as well do this too. Maybe Color Screw, maybe not. But at least pump Tide Shaper, always nice. There's one nice advantage of playing Spreading Seas and Tide Shaper. Okay. Alright, well they can get back their Underworld Cookbook. But they had to basically waste a card to do it, so I don't feel too bad. They had to play Emery. It's not too bad. I'm going to take this up to 3 just because we really need to get this feeling out. Alright, let's get this down. And might as well get another Aether Vial down. Okay, we're not going to auto yield to that because we may want to. Alright, let's see. This is a cookbook. This means that they can save it. Although we don't want to discard the other card in their hand. Oh, is that Urion? Oh, Urion, okay. Alrighty. Yes. Not bad, not bad. So let's see. Can I attack for lethal? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, all be darned. I guess we'll give it a shot. I can just flash in this feeling to block if really need be. Nice. Yeah, who said Faerie Conclave? Yeah, it was useless. There you go. Extra 2 damage. I love Counterspell against a Urza deck. Actually, I'm pretty sure they got Urza Saga. So let's continue to max out on these. Slaughter Unit Spreading Seas, Counterspell Master, Merfolk Trickster. Man, all of these cards are good. Not gonna lie. Yeah, all these cards are good. I also want Chalice for the Asmo and for the 0 mana cards. At the very least, I think Counterspell is better than Brazen Borrower, at least in this deck. Reveal could have some chops too. Yeah, actually, you know what? Like, Trickster is good. But I think Repeal is better. I'm going to put Chalice. Now, actually, I think I'm going to play Brazen Borrower instead of Repeal, and here's my reason. If I play Chalice on 1, I don't want to turn off my ability to deal with the Construct token from Urza. That turns off Chalice. I mean, that turns off Repeal on 1. If I play Chalice on 1. Repeal on 1 is how you deal with 0. But Chalice on 1 does not turn off Brazen Borrower. So, I think Brazen Borrower it is. We shall see. And I'm going to max out again on the Seize effects, because I'm pretty sure they're playing Urza Saga. I'll keep... Actually, I just realized I think Tide Shaper is probably not ideal together with Chalice. But I think we start off with Chalice on 0 anyway. Alrighty. And do we play Tide Shaper? I think we have to. We have a Spreading Seas for Urza anyway. Prismatic Ending. Yeah, that's not gonna do it. Thank goodness we... Oh, maybe it will do it. But, I mean, I'll just replay it if that's what they... Okay. Huh. Well, I think we have to try to block the monkey. Chalice. Alright, gotta draw a Brazen Borrower or something. Hopefully they don't have a Lightning Bolt. Okay. I just gotta hope to get lucky here. Okay, there we go. Well, if I would have known that was going to be my next card, maybe I wouldn't have tapped out. But I gotta draw into this. Urza equals GG. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's not completely GG just yet. Maybe we can deter an attack from Stoneforge. I doubt it. Try to bounce this token. Okay. Alright, well, let's try to play Svelin. And I guess I could play Tideshaper too. What's the point, right? Actually, I may want to hit this thing, but I think I just have to play this out. They can pay 5 to spin Urza. Well, okay, I don't know if they got anything on 0 they want to do just yet. Well, good thing I played Tideshaper so I can chump block the construct. Or even double block, probably chump block. Yeah, for sure, my ticket to possibly coming back is Svelin. Do not want to just throw that away for nothing. Yeah, I think I'll just do it this way. Because I can make Svelin indestructible. And that way I think I can double block too, because if they assign all damage to Svelin it lives, if they split up damage it doesn't die. Alright, well I can still at least make this indestructible. You know, I was actually fighting the good fight, but they literally drew the one thing I couldn't counter or whatever. Yeah, Tideshaper doesn't seem at its best when I'm playing Chalice. So maybe, yeah, I mean, maybe Frogify, because Frogify can really nullify Urza, if you know what I mean. And lots of other stuff. I mean, hey, we're trying Frogify, right? So could play Repeal as well. Repeal seems slightly more appealing if they're on Nettled Cyst, or... You know what, I'm going to play Repeal. A lot of times we might want to just go after the Urza token anyway, rather than Urza itself. Okay. This, I think, might be a little too clunky. I'm an optimist. Name all the 6. Good for us. Yeah, Mox Amber. Well, that's a good repeal target at least. Okay. I think we need to try to repeal the Ragavan. And I'm going to repeal it when they attack, because that way they can't dash. Pretty nasty. Okay, that's good. Okay, well, I'm glad they didn't play Ragavan first, because if they played Ragavan first, they could have used the Mox Amber to play the Stoneforge. Yeah, and repeal is a pretty good solution to Keldra, so I don't mind that too much. I could go after a white, but then they could just have to play Ragavan, and then they're all good. I'm just going to play this. Maybe I should have played Waterlogged Grove and Relic, but just in a mood to have creatures come into play untapped. Yep, you got it. Alright, well, let's try to repeal. I do like repeal. I'm glad repeal made us come back here. I think they want to wait until their combat step. Okay, Sibulon. Okay, so I'm not going to get cute, because I mean, on the one hand, yeah, I'm not going to get cute. I'm just going to do this. I could Galvanic Blast. We shall see. Urza, I'm guessing, is fine. Galvanic Blast. Path to Exile. Oh. Okay, I think that's okay. Now let's just do this now, just because why not? Alright, so here's what I think we can do. We can attack, and then we can untap. That seems like a pretty good strategy to me. Stratagem. Okay. Now we can play Mutavault. See no reason why not. I want to do this and this to untap. Yeah, see no reason why not. Alrighty. Hopefully they forget about Minamo. Alrighty. Going Urza. Going Urion. Going Urza. Oh, going Thought Monitor. Going Emery. Well, good thing we waited on blowing the Relic. I don't know that that's really worth blowing Relic over, but we'll see. I think they may have done forgot. I think they done forgot about Minamo. Well, let's see. Alrighty. Don't mind if I do. Let's see. Lightning bolt to finish off. Okay, I'll put Yuri on the hand. Okay. Need a dark counter spell. Alrighty. Oof. Alright, well let's go after this one. We might as well try to draw some more cards. Oh, did they not play Urza Saga or something? I guess we can play this on this. Well, I like the cards, but I feel like I'm just not drawing like exactly like what we need. I'm gonna play around right into a counterspell. Unfortunately, I don't have a counterspell. Oh, well maybe they're not feeling like playing Urion. Alright, the cookbook. Do I have enough white for Urion? Might not. I'm spinning a wheel again. Oh yeah, that guy blue. Yeah, Caldero's coming back, so like, oof, a lot of. Not a big fan of these Urion decks, because they're kind of too inconsistent, but of course they just draw everything they need here. And we draw literally nothing. And another Oval Chase Daredevil. Okay, not quite. Still have to draw a card. And that could have been useful a while ago. Okay, well, the start of something decent may be beginning. I think Chalice on 0 to start off with. That's where we want to be. Maybe I should have untapped Sphelan. I'm just going to try to set up for the kill next turn. I can block whatever is sort of Fire and Ice. I guess unless it's on Urion. I guess I shouldn't have played Lord. Yeah, you know what? Okay, that was a big mistake. What was even a bigger mistake was me not repealing in response, although they could have just moved to Urion, so. Alrighty, that's what I'm going to do. Going to play Mutavault. Going to block. I might as well repeal this. The food, of course, makes it so that actually winning in one fell swoop ain't as easy as it sounds. And they can also tax Caldera. Yeah, well, this gets instantly countered. Hopefully they forget that. Yep. Nice. Chalice on 0 doing work. We can bounce sort of Fire and Ice next turn if it comes to it. We may not be completely out of this. So let's see. 10, 12. I think, no. Come on, Lord. Okay, that's also not bad. We could go for the kill, but they have food. So, here's what I think we need to do. I think we need to use Faerie Conclave to block. That's one of Faerie Conclave's best purposes. Its life purpose, you could almost even say. Untapping Sphelan is an excellent ability. That's fine. I didn't draw another Lord, which could have clinched it. I think I want to play an untapped land because if I play an untapped land, I can block with Faerie Conclave and yeah, and bounce, which I think I kind of need. Kind of really need, actually. Okay. Or I can bounce and untap with Minamo. That also works. Equip. Okay, now see, I think there is a way around this. It involves double Brazen Borrower. Yeah, it involves double Brazen Borrower. Brazen Borrowing the sword, Brazen Borrowing the token. It is how they say the only way. Petty theft. And petty theft. Is this enough? Heck if I know. Holy moly. Did we really just fart out a win here? I don't want to jinx it. Do not want to jinx it. They have to, I guess, spin the wheel, but they can only spin the wheel one more time. I mean, that's good, but I don't think that's gonna necessarily do it. Get one more blue mana. Is that one more blue mana gonna be enough? Have we farted out a win? I think we farted out a win. Alright, GG's. We've talked about farting a win here. Alrighty. Alrighty. All right. Alrighty. All right, match 2. And man, what an insane game that last game was. Well, I mean, we'll keep. We've got something to do with our first turn, so depending on the matchup, it may not. Oh, Lurrus actually. So actually, with Lurrus running around, main deck Relic may never have been better. Certainly is possible. Inquisition. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Little pro tip. I shouldn't say pro, but little tip. yeah, I don't know. So for some reason, I still see some YouTube videos trying to defend the Spanish Inquisition. You know, like, I guess you could say, like, well, it's not as bad as people think, but, you know, what I generally don't quite understand, for the most part, why people feel the need to be like, well, it's not as bad as people think, because it definitely makes it sound like you're belittling it, but whatever. Let's see here. I definitely want to, I don't want them to know about my tricks, so. Alrighty. I guess somebody's got to do the dirty deed at some point on certain things to be like, well, it's not as bad as some people are saying, because otherwise, like, every little thing turns into like, otherwise every little thing turns into the worst atrocities in history, which of course belittles the actual worst atrocities. So, but still, I'd say generally best to leave that to somebody else. Don't do that yourself. let somebody else take the heat. You know. All right. We'll see. This is why I played the Silvergill, because I definitely did not want that to get discarded. Okay. It looks like Marty mid-range. I'm gonna call it, I think. Mid-range. Should I play the Pearl Trident? It's just gonna get removed, I think. Yeah, let's just attack. I think I'm gonna pop the Relic and then play another one. I don't want the other one to get discarded, so that's why I'm playing the other one. And I do need to draw my land drops, which of course is not happening. Alrighty. DRC. Not to be confused with DLC. Well, I got tricks up my sleeves. Well, I mean, Relic's better than nothing, but still. It's not my first choicey choice. I think they know about my tricks. Yeah, they do. They know about my tricks. Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids. Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids. No, dang it. I guess I can try to turn them off with red. White seems more like a tangential color. Alrighty. Yeah, let's shape some tides. Alrighty. I suppose I could have tried to shape that, but I'm not going to get greedy. Bob. Robert, the Robertest of confidants. Alrighty. I think I am going to bounce it and then play a Tide Shaper. Path Exile. Alright, that's fine by me. So I think this means I can play Tide Shaper on the white. Hopefully get them in a locky lock. Nice. And I guess I might as well crack Relic. Well, I'm just hoping to hit a land drop, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. Alrighty. So we kind of cheesed the win against this deck. Cheesy win. A cheesy win. A cheesy win is better than no win. I think Merfolk always cheeses a win. I don't think there is a way Merfolk can win that doesn't involve cheesing a win. Which I mean, but the thing is, Merfolk is the master cheeser. Kind of like my understanding is in Advanced Wars, commanding officer Nell, like Lady Luck. It's like Merfolk always seems like it's getting lucky, but it's actually kind of just doing its thing. So let's see here. I think since I'm playing Chalice, Tide Shaper loses some stock. Relic still seems good. The tricks still seem very good for kids, and not so good for everyone else. So the question is to play Counterspell or Frogify, or what am I going to do? I don't particularly feel like cheesing a win with Spreading Seas. I don't think I want or need to. And since I don't want or need to cheese a win that way, I don't think I actually need Master, in which case Counterspell becomes my jam, as they say. Alright, I like it. You know, let's try Frogify. Frogify is kind of like Humility or Polymorph or something. This kind of reminds me of the spell Polymorph, and now of course Magic does have a spell named Polymorph, but this reminds me of the spell Polymorph in Warcraft 2, where like your mage can turn something into a sheep. One of the most powerful spells in the game, but the thing is sheep literally do nothing, whereas a 1/1 creature still does something, so it's not entirely the same. Now if it turned into a 0/1 creature, that would probably be nuts. Just in case, I don't know. Doth-E. Oh. To quote Darth Vader. Oh. I'm going to do this because I may want to hold up Trickster and Counterspell next turn. Alright. Dothy Vader. I almost wonder if the concept of this card started off from like Darth Vader, Dothy Voidwalker, Darth Vader. You know, playing Silvergill might not be the worst possible thing in the world for them to do. I may want to just bounce, because holding up counterspell seems good. Yeah, they got something up their sleeve. So I'll bounce the Voidwalker. Voidwalker is just better to bounce because it costs more mana and it's doing more damage to me. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to go for the Trickster block on Dragon Rage Channeler and hold up Counterspell. If they play Dothy Voidwalker, I'll probably just counter it. Did they put Luris to hand? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think they revealed Luris. No, they didn't. Okay. Let's see what they're up to. Okay. Doth. You know, I think that's okay. I just don't want to get Kolagonks commanded. Alright, let's try your tricky trick. Now hopefully it's Kolagon's command, that's their jam. And not just like some dinky 1-mana spell. But I've got a feeling it's a dinky 1-mana spell. Okay. You know, it's okay. Because I think next turn I play Svelin and back it up with Counterspell. And that's more of like my real jam. Maybe I should have tried to counter Dothy. So now maybe we have the double Dothy. I could try to play Trickster and Borrower. This seems kind of hard for them to deal with because they don't have Delirium. So I think I'm just going to tap down Voidwalker. Let's see. Yeah, let's just tap down Voidwalker. Let's see if they go grab. Okay. Alrighty, not bad. Dothy. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We are going to go on a mission to outrace. Alrighty. That's going to help a lot. So, I could do it this turn. I could do it next turn. I'll do it next turn. I guess I'll just play this. DOS. Alrighty. Not bad. So they can go us down to possibly as low as 1, but I still feel fairly good about this. This is actually pretty good. I could attack them for 7. I don't think that's necessary though, because I got a lot to do with my mana. Yeah, that's a little suboptimal because I can't play it for 2. But I think what I can do is I can try to block with Mutavault, Brazen Borrow. I can block with Mutavault, play double Brazen Borrower, but I'll probably bouncing a Voidwalker is slightly preferable. Alright. So I'm definitely brazenly borrowing one of these. Caspluto. And now we can play Brazen Borrower, Hold Up Counterspell, which is also pretty good. Which I like. See, bounce is pretty good. Of course, we have lots of mana, so make no mistake, that's helping us a lot. Relic is absolutely saving our butt against Dragon Rage Channeler. Zamoon. The sun and the Zamoon. Luris in the main deck. This is really not the end of the world against us. And it will also shut off their ability to play Dothy. Yeah, I'm going to let it happen. I hope this doesn't backfire, but shutting off their Dothy seems pretty huge. Their Dothy Jazz. Let's see here. They can block Svelan unless I draw like Trickster or something. Alright. I'm surprised I didn't block Svelan. Alright, I want to hold up double counterspell for sure. There's no reason I think not to give this a little nudge. Ooh, yeah, and I think this is where we want to be. Chalice on 1. Lightning Bolt will counter. Ooh. Blah blah. Alright, nice. So it's gonna be kinda hard. They're gonna need double Kolaghan's Command with only 1 black mana. And I'm liking this. Nicey, nicey, nicey. Can't play a second Dothy. I think we got this on a lock. Hopefully they don't play Cavernous Souls that powers through a Blood Moon for some unknown reason, and also makes their instants and sorcerers uncounterable Kolaghan's Command. They play like a new crazy card. This card is unaffected by Blood Moon. The next instant or sorcery spell you cast is uncounterable. We saw this coming from a mile away. Sploosh. Alrighty. Nice. Nice. And the last card in the hand is Dothy Woodwalker. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Alright, match 3. Funky dunk hand, but we will keep it. We are on the play. And see, this is one reason why it's hard for me to play Chalice in the main, because if I play Chalice here, then I draw an Aether Vial, then like Aether Vial could potentially just generate so much value, even though I don't draw it on turn 1. No, that is not. Yeah. Don't spell Snapper, bro. Okay. Well, there's the Aether Vial that we want. Maybe not the Aether Vial we want, but the Aether Vial we need. I'm just kidding, it's the Aether Vial we want as well. Oh goodness, well main deck Relic could be absolutely instrumental, but unfortunately if they have Force Negation or Grief, then we are in big trouble. So unfortunately, my high and mighty plans of playing Aether Vial are gonna come to an end because I have to play Relic and hope that they don't have Force Negation. Even with main deck hate, sometimes it's not enough. The world is not enough. Waker of Waves. No. Okay. Alrighty, well, I have to keep this untapped. There's just no other way. Say, main deck Relic, man. Main deck Relic. What would I do without this? I don't know. I gotta be honest, I don't know. I just have to give up. This main deck Relic was like super important here. I mean, am I right? Am I missing something? I think I need Vial to tick up. Another Aether Vial could be good if they have Brazen Borrower. Am I going to live in fear? I think I'm going to live in fear. I don't think I'm going to play Relic. Yeah, I'm going to live in fear of Brazen Borrower. I know, I shouldn't live in fear. I mean, having 2 of these ticking down is not the worst thing either. And I think I probably just win due to Lord if they try to play big creatures. So I just want to play around the possibility that they Brazen Borrow and then get me. Alright, well, I don't want that to happen. Hopefully I draw an untapped land. Nope. Hopefully they don't like triple cycle Street Wraith. And then play like what's it called? Stripe Riverwinder. That's beatable. Stripe Riverwinder can be somewhat not because we can't even Trickster it. There's the Stripe Riverwinder. Well, they can't combo off just this turn, right? Alrighty. I think I need to play Aether Vial, but I also want to be able to just play a creature. Yeah, we'll just play Aether Vial. I'll try to be patient, because again, I think if they just start jamming big creatures, I think I can beat them with a Trickster, Merfolk, and Master of the Pearl Trident. Unblockable Merfolk. Yeah, I'm not going to get frisky. See, the problem is if they Brazen Borrow end a turn, then I may want to Relic. They may respond with Violent Outburst. And then I have to play damage control. So I'm going to play towards the worst case scenario. I could try to turn off red, but I don't think it's worth it, at least not yet. Let's see here. Okay, grief. Good grief. Yeah, I'll let it do its thing. I'll probably take Master. The Master has arrived. Okay. Wow, we stole game 1 against Temur Living End. Nice. Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's see here. Alright, just noting this down. Alright, so like a main deck Relic saved my sorry behind in that matchup. Force counterspell all of this. Give it all. Give me all of it. 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 Let's see here. Spreading Sea seems eminently not at its best. Repeal also seems eminently not at its best. And I think Brazen Borrower too, because it's just tapping 3 mana into an instant speed. Violent Outburst just seems like the most difficult to make something happen. Civilian could be difficult, but I think the payoff is worth it. Temur Living End. Well, I mean, we got 2 pieces of disruption. One of them is a premium Chalice on 0. Hopefully they don't have grief, because it was just counterspell. It's a little bit concerning. I can't ship it back though. It's just not how this goes. Keep adding. Alright, well, as long as we get to play Chalice, I am, as they say, a happy camper. And I have to play it, I think, because Grief is too big of a problem. They might Foundation break it next turn, but I think it's worth it to play around Grief to play into Foundation Breaker. Alrighty. And at least this saves it. This saves my Aether Vial. It's also nice. Counterspell is not bad. Now, see, the problem is that this is going to hit my Aether Vial, which is not that good. I'm not going to lie, it's not that good. So they could just play something on their turn, but at least they're not going to bring back that much. Architect Will ain't that great. Alright. This is not insurmountable. Relic is pretty not bad, if I do say so myself. So, I mean, this pretty much blocks everything. Hopefully they don't Brazen Borrow it. Curator of Mysteries. Mysterious. Yeah, if they just attack with this, it just blocks with Phelan, so. Well then, I guess we block this. I mean, why wouldn't we? Alright, let's just do this. Counterspell is pretty good. Can't attack though. Curator. We need a Brazen Bar of my own. Hopefully they continue being aggressive. Yeah, I'll take it. Alrighty. I think I have to cycle the Relic. There's just no other way. Well, I could have used that earlier. I might have to chump with the Conclave. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. And hopefully I can chump the Shardless Agent. Alrighty. The curve waves. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh my god. Oh, maybe it's okay actually. I'm just gonna brazen borrow this right now. Yeah, it's okay actually, never mind. I don't know why I freaked out. Wait, I didn't like let that resolve, did I? Oh, they're stacking their triggered abilities, right? Please don't tell me I Okay, there we go, okay. Yeah, let's brazen borrow this. Sploosh. And they can certainly take something from my hand. They're entitled to that if they really think that this will make their life better. I got rid of a living end. They might be out of living ends, you know, to be honest. Brazen borrow time. Valen Outburst. I'm probably gonna have to force a negation that then. Oh, Mystical Dispute. Okay, I guess that's fine too. Chalice on 0. Don't mind if I do. If they double block though, that's kind of an issue, isn't it? Yeah. Let's just do this. I think we're gonna crack in with Faerie Conclave. Double blocking would actually be like the worst possible scenario. Alright, see, this is where sometimes Faerie Conclave can shine. As a win con. Foundation Breaker would not be nice, but well, Waker of Waves. They're just gonna cycle Curator, cycle Architects. So we know they got a Curator in their hand. Tide Shaper, you'll get caught up in the Tide Shaper. Tide Shaper. Okay, I think we might as well do this. Clearly red is their scarce resource, so we will try to go after that. Maybe I should have gone after Spire Bluff, I don't know. There's some consideration to attacking. Now I'll wait till I actually can make it indestructible. AT. I mean, I'm going to have to try to counter the Curator if they have a Mystical Dispute to back it up. Yeah. Got one shot block with the Faerie at least. Foundation Breaker. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to let this resolve because it's actually the Curator of Mysteries that kind of does me in. Alrighty. This is literally perfect, I think. Well, I shouldn't say literally perfect because I don't actually have enough Merfolk to make this unblockable. I'm not going to attack. I'm getting a little bit too close to comfort. The problem is I do want to be able to counter that Curator and either pay 3 or play a Force Negation as well. Alrighty. See if I attack. I'm getting close to being able to attack and have counterspell and Force Negation mana up if I keep flooding out, as they say. If I play even one, if I get even one more Merfolk though, then I turn on Indestructible Svelan, then I can really start pulling ahead. I just like, they might not block, but I just can't deal with the possibility of them double blocking and then killing my Svelan. Svelan is the only thing holding back from Street Wraith. Let's see here. Maybe they should have held on to their Waker of Waves to play it, because if they start running me out here with Strut River Winders and Curator of Mysteries, it can get kind of ugly. Okay. Okay, this works. I don't think I'm going to try to run them out of red anymore. Let's see, because that way, yeah. So I'm going to attack because I can always untap it with Minamo. Nice. Well, I think if I can wither this next turn, I mean, I do have the ability to untap and counter and force, then I think I'll be in pretty good shape. I don't see why they don't just attack with the, block with the Street Wraith though. Yeah. I could play Silvergill. I don't want to do that though. I should have attacked with Conclave. No, actually, because maybe I want to untap and then we'll have enough mana to do both. Alrighty. Yeah, I need to start cracking in. I don't think that's a big deal at all. Because my creature's indestructible, I don't know if they realize that. And I guess they are out of living ends. Yeah, it's indestructible, dude. Alrighty. 0. Yep, not bad. Alright, and I think we take it. Nice. Nice. Alright, match 4. We're actually already underway. I kept my 7 hand. I was on the play. I played Tide Shaper. They played Floated Strand, and it's my turn. So, yeah, I'll attack. Alright. Dokali dokali. Alright, so don't spell snare me, bro. Gotta love Silvergill drawing a card. Don't spell snare me, bro. Or main deck mystical dispute me, bro. Oh, I caught the sneeze. You know, main deck mystical dispute isn't the worst thing ever. Ooh, spirits. So I think I'm gonna play Master. Ooh, that's nice too. Yeah, if they block, you know, that's actually still pretty good for me, I think. Yeah, I'll attack. If they block, I'm happy with that. I'm trading in either mana or cards. If they block the Silvergill, I already drew a card off of it. If they block Trident Shaper, I already drew a card off of Silvergill, and I go up on mana. Yep. Yippee. I think they need a block. They may not like it, but I think they do. Yep. Okay. Alrighty. Yep. Aether Vial time. Relic is not quite at its best right now. Only problem here is if they hold up Spell Queller, but I can always just play Trickster. Hopefully they're not playing Subtlety as well. Subtlety's an elemental, not a spirit. Yeah, so if they play Spell Queller, I do have Trickster. That's fine. Hopefully they don't have. Yeah. Alrighty. Alright, and I will probably cycle this next turn, we shall see. They're playing Mutavault and Spirits. Well, good thing I'm not playing Lord of Atlantis to buff their Mutavault. Selfless Spirit, okay. Supreme Phantom. It's okay too, because we have the Master. Yeah, so they put a lot of power on the battlefield, but I think we're still winning this battle. Now, the only thing, though, is I don't know that I want to play the Master just yet, because I may want to play around Skyclave Apparition, if you know what I mean. Svalin, so I'm going to turn off auto yields. Okay, so here's how this is going to work. I'm going to attack, I think, because if they want to block with Supreme Phantom, then it's going to be a bad trade. But I'm otherwise okay with losing these cards. Oh, actually, another thing I can do is I can also just Merfolk Trickster Phantom. That actually seems very not bad. And I could play Svalin. There's a number of different options. Yeah, I'm just going to attack, and I hope this doesn't screw me over. If they block here, I can just play Master. Yeah, that's such a good trade that I think it's worth it. Okay, that is fine. Alright, so I'll play Svalin. Again, trying to play around Skyclave Apparition. And, yeah. I've got a tricky trick. Yeah, that's, I guarantee you that's Skyclave. Okay, maybe not. Let's see, tap down Spellqueller. Tap down Supreme Phantom. Let's tap down Spellqueller. Alright, I don't see how you come back from this, my friend. Always no, no. Alright, well let's go boom. Yeah, and I guess we're gonna do this. Hopefully they don't have... Actually, they don't even have an extra card in their hand. I could have, and if they do have an island, but if they didn't, I could have played Spreading Seas. Alrighty. Alright, good, good, good. So I actually like this matchup now, because I have 8 cards to bounce their Aether Vials. And unlike humans, they don't have like a Champion of the Parish type cards. They do have a Noble Hierarch, but I think I'm not even sure if they're playing green. Yeah, they're playing green. So yeah, so Noble Hierarch helps, but I think I can bounce that too. So here's the Dealio. All of these cards, I think, are pretty good. I don't think I actually need Spreading Seas, but I'm definitely going to play Frogify. This can be an excellent card to deal with some of their lords and whatnot. Tide Shaper, I think, is pretty good. Plus, they have a lot of natural islands. So here's the deal. They play Cavern of Souls, but I think that they're playing... I don't actually know for sure if they're actually playing Bant or if they're... No, they're playing Bant, because I think I saw some Botanical Sanctums, which means I think that they're playing Collected Company, which means I think we need some counter spells. And if they don't have Aether Vial or Cavern of Souls, then it might snag some creatures too, but mostly this is for Collected Company. Hopefully this doesn't backfire. Okay. Ouch. That was a painful mana base. I think we'll be okay though. Okay. If we have Aether Vial and they don't, I think we come out ahead. Mulligan to 5 cards. Mulligan to 5 definitely helps us. Alright, Aether Vial, that's getting brazenly borrowed. Especially if they're short on mana. They're either short on mana or they're short on spells. Mausoleum Wanderer. Alright, well I can hit the vial. Turn off auto yields. Alright, I'm still going to go for brazenly borrowing the Aether Vial, because basically it just acts as a hard removal spell on the Mausoleum Wanderer, which I'm also fine with. Alright, so I get to play Tide Shaper as a 2/2, which is nice. Oh, or not. Okay, I'm gonna Petty Theft this now. They are free to Mausoleum Wanderer. Oh, Mystical Dispute, okay. I might Tricky Trick the Wanderer. Maybe, yeah, never mind. I don't know why I thought I was on 2. Well, I could try to Frogify, but... I think I'm going to Silvergill. Alright, I'm going to try to continue to brazenly borrow the Aether Vial. Because I just think that's like the most likely way we get juked from here. Petty Theft. I'll take a hard removal on the Mausoleum Wanderer. Okay. Alrighty. Drog Skull Captain probably would have been the worst, so that's not that bad. Now, I think our mana base is actually our #1 enemy at this point. Alright, that helps. I want to save the Master, ideally, because I don't want this to get Skyclave Apparitioned. I might try to Trickster the Wanderer. Might not be the worst possible thing. Dragi Drag. Ivan Drago. I mean, why wouldn't I counter this? I would like to know a good reason why. Mystical Dispute. Okay. I guess I can tap down the Wanderer. Is this really that big of a deal? Yeah, we'll tap down the Wanderer. And then we'll Frogify. Alrighty. Come on. It's not bad. I need a Frogify. I should have probably attacked with Silvergill first, because I probably wouldn't have blocked it. So I missed out on 2 points of damage. And I may want to block the Frogify Drog Skull too. Right. If they block, I'll master. Alright, so worst case scenario, they block the Tide Shaper. So I guess I have to borrow this. Hopefully they don't draw a Skyclave Evaporation, but even if they do, this might just be too insurmountable to overcome. They did very, very well for a mulligan to 5. I did have too many of these Waterlogged Groves though, which is really, this definitely is a showing for how too many Waterlogs can be a problem, but hey, we end up taking the game anyway. Alright, playing for the trophy. Alrighty, match 5, playing for the trophy. Let's see if Frogify folk, or Frog folk, however you want to call it, can do it. We shall see. Or Relic folk, I don't know what you call this, but like, alrighty. Frogify in the sideboard to try to help a little bit. Maybe in matchups like Blue-Red Delver, maybe, who knows. I think the main deck Relic is going to be absolutely huge in this matchup. Yeah, just in case they have Stubborn Denial. Don't Spell Pierce my bro? Okay. Alrighty. I think this is going to cause them a lot of problems, because their Dragon Race Channelers are going to have a hard time getting Delirium. They're going to have a hard time playing Regent. Yeah, I like it. I'm going to put this on 2 until further notice. Yeah, I don't want to just run these Mutavaults into certain doom, though. At least not yet. Okay, I don't know why they shocked themselves. It must have been a mistake. Alright, that is fine. I think we're just going to play the Tricksters out, because I don't see them really getting Delirium anytime soon anyway. Alrighty. Maybe I should just play the Mutavaults, because, I mean, they could be useful against, I mean, it could be useful if I get Svelin. Okay. Well, I guess I might as well try to go for the double block. Alright, let's see if it works. Nice. Should I crack? I think I will. Just a good use of my mana, and also they could, you know, regent next turn. Come on. Okay, that's a good one. No, don't spell pierce me, bro. They actually had spell pierce. I thought it was just memeing. Alrighty. Maybe the memes sometimes are truer than fiction. So I'm going to turn off auto yields because I think I actually want to play Brazen Borrower. I hope this doesn't backfire. Nope. I think that qualifies as the opposite of backfiring. Yeah, so I'm actually going to... I think I'm going to just move in Svelin on upkeep because it's going to be difficult. That makes it more difficult for them to deal with Master. And I can easily make it indestructible with 2 of these now. So I feel very good about this spot. Nice. Yep. Alright, match point for another trophy. Let's see. Izzet Prowess? Izzet Delver? I still call this Delver even though they're not playing Delver anymore. Because it is what it is. It's a Delver deck, just without Delver. Yeah, Tide Shaper is okay, but I think Chalice is much better. Spreading Seas is also okay, but I think Counterspell is much better. And Master of the Pearl Trident I think is good, but I think Frogify is much better. In this particular matchup at least. Okay. I think we've got a plan, folks. I think we got a plan. Mono blue, Frogify Folk. Mono blue, Frogify Folk. Yeah, I guess we'll keep Frogify Folk. Conclave it up. Oh no. Don't spell pierce my bro. Okay. Don't instant speed 1 mana, you know, discard me. I mean, alright, well if they play Regent next turn somehow, I can borrow it. Okay. Ooh. Now that's sassy, because they have only 1 mana, it looks like. So I could hold up Counterspell, but I think I'd rather just go for the repeal, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, because I definitely don't want them to. You know what? I'm just gonna repeal right now. Because I really don't want them to spell pierce me, bro. Yeah, I really don't want them to spell pierce me, bro. Yeah, they gotta go for the land drop. Alrighty, this might be match point, yes. Chalice! Nice. Yeah, so I think this is what we do. We play Relic. I think we play Chalice on 1. And if they play Regent, then we Brazen Borrow it, so I'm not too worried about tapping out. This also shuts off Ragavan, which is nice. And okay, trophy. Oh man, so that was a quick one. I mean, I guess they just got mana screwed, and Chalice and Relic were a beating, and if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. All right, let's go to the post-league wrap-up. All right, mono blue frog folk, or relic folk. I don't know what you want to call this, but well, this was an experiment that did work out. You know, and you might be wondering, why deviate from something that works? Well, I kind of didn't, because, I mean, I'm still on 8 Cs. I just had this feeling that where the format was at. So here's the thing, like, you know, basically, I was experimenting for a little while, replacing Spreading Seas with Relic of Progenitus in like the previous 8 Cs lists. The problem is that sometimes you just juked them with all these Cs, and also, you know, the Master of the Pearl Trident synergy, like, you know, giving Island Walk was pretty good. Also, this synergized very well with Tideshaper, because a lot of times I just want to play Tideshaper on 1, and then Spreading Seas just, you know, pumped it relatively for free. Also, like, Repeal sometimes on Spreading Seas was really nice too. Reset it, draw extra cards. Like, there was a lot to like about Spreading Seas. I've always liked Spreading Seas. I've always been a believer. So, yeah, so I just always felt bad, you know, not having Spreading Seas. So I'm just like, well, I guess that means I can't play Relic in the main. But then I'm like, wait a second. What if we move Harbinger to the sideboard and put Relic in the main? I'm like, well, that's crazy, because, I mean, Harbinger can help slow them down. But I'm like, yeah, but I mean, Relic sometimes just, I mean, Relic is just so well positioned right now. All these Dragon Rage Channelers, Murktide regions, like Tarmogoyf is still out and about. You know, Living End is out and about. I don't think there's ever been a better time for main deck Relic, if you're ever going to main deck Relic. So I'm just like, well, I mean, maybe it makes up for it. And then I started to realize, wait a minute, so like Harbinger as a sideboard card ain't bad, but maybe we can actually play like harder removal. And I'm like, I still don't like the idea of Dismember, because, you know, this causes so much life loss. But I remembered another another funky removal spell I played in the past, Frogify. I'm like, well, hey, I mean, it's a painless removal spell of sorts. I mean, not completely painless, because the frog might sometimes get you, but I was like, yeah, I mean, Frogify can also be pitched to force a negation if we side that in. Might not actually be half bad. So, you know, I wanted to experiment with this version. We didn't actually get to see Frogify all that much. We brought it in against Izzet Delver, but of course they just got mana screwed, and that was that. So it definitely did do some work against Spirits. Of course, they mulled to 5, so that didn't exactly, like, that wasn't like a game swinging type card. It lost the game because they mulled to 5, not because of a Frogify on their Drogskull Captain. But that being said, I mean, still, turning Drogskull's Captain into a frog is really not that bad. So, and it is worth noting that if you ever want to reset Frogify to a bigger, badder creature that you want to you know, turn into a frog, you do always have the option of repealing Frogify back to your hand and replaying it. So that's a nice little thing too. Plus, also, like, if the creature is about to die, but like of normal damage, like even if it's about to die as a frog, but the normal damage to kill it anyway, which probably isn't going to come up that much, you could also return the Frogify for more frogging action. I don't know. Like, so I will admit that we didn't actually get to see a lot of use from Frogify, but I do think the main deck Relic at least showed its worth. So as a main deck Relic experiment, I think this deck is. I think this was a pass with this deck to pass with flying colors. Now Frogify as a sideboard option, that I think still needs to be tested. But there's a lot to like about this over, like, say, Threads of Disloyalty, because of course that does diddly squat against Murktide Regent. That does diddly squat against opposing Sphalens. Not that like there's too much Merfolk in the meta. That does diddly squat against Luris. That does diddly squat against a lot of stuff. Now, of course, there is Enchanting Melody, but of course, having to pay 5 mana to steal a Luris. I mean, stealing Luris is sweet if you can, though, but having to pay 5 mana is really suspect. Does nothing against Murktide Regent unless you have like 10 mana, in which case you either probably lost or won a long time ago. Yeah, so like the only other option I think might be Enchanting Melody, but I think Frogify, just, you know, being a clean 2 mana quasi removal type spell, probably overall compares favorably to Enchanting Melody in many ways. And I do also like the way it plays around Chalice. I think the biggest sin against Frogify, though, is actually the fact that it's a sorcery. It's a effectively sorcery speed. You know, I don't think it's necessarily the fact that it's an enchant creature. I think it's the fact that it's or the fact that it gives them a 1/1. I think it's the fact that it's sorcery speed. But that's why I think if you're playing it as a sideboard card seems to be a pretty safe bet for where it's going to be able to do well. And I don't know what else to say. Just on a conceptual level, I like the fact that we now have quasi hard removal again. And this might be maybe better than Dismember in this meta, because I mean we definitely need ways to deal with Murktide Regent. I'd like the main deck relics. I liked Harbinger. I mean, yeah, Harbinger of the Tides in the past, but like, you know, sometimes they would just hold it back to block, and like, I mean, Frogify turning into a 1/1, that's way better than Dismember, which oftentimes can't even kill it. So yeah, I mean, Frogify might be pretty well positioned. It's also excellent against Kroxa. Yeah, it's absolutely at its best probably against Kroxa, which is also nice. There's a lot to like. It's by no means a perfect removal spell, but I think as a sideboard option, I'm liking this. I'm liking it, or I'm loving it. So I can't complain. I actually have such a high win rate now with Merfolk. It's insane. I want to go back to Red Obosh. I played a 3-2. Well, okay, I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but like I did do a previous league, but I was experimenting. I'm not gonna say what I was experimenting with, but didn't exactly work out as well as I would have hoped. But you know, I think if I go back to the tried and true list for Obosh, I probably still have an amazing win rate with that deck. And let's see if we can continue. Let's see where we're at here. Hey, I mean we're currently, as of this video, 1, 2, let's see, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. We're currently number 6 on the trophy leaderboard. Now, obviously, we're number 6 with only 2 trophies, and the trophy leader is Giovanni MF with 4 trophies. But I mean, we're actually within striking distance of the trophy lead. We shall see. Obviously, this is you know. The things probably may have changed a lot, but this is a little while ago. I'm most likely when this goes up, so things may have changed a bit since then. But at least we're off to a strong start this season, and with Merfolk too. That's so exciting. This is like, you know, this in the grand scheme of things, this is my more classic old deck than Obosh, because I actually Merfolk is even older. I think Merfolk is literally my first modern deck. Then came Burn, and then came everything else. But yeah, literally this is my first modern deck, so it's near and dear to my heart. And even like Burn, like my obviously my red deck transformed from Burn into something else. So like this is my most classic, and in many ways most cherished modern deck. So if I can actually be trophy leader with Merfolk as the primary deck and plan, that actually might be pretty. I might be pretty stoked for that. You know, if we can make Merfolk great again, ooh, that would be nice. All right, well, anyway, let's. I'm not sure what more to say. Just yeah, Oh, I guess maybe a quick recap of the matches. Izzet food, that felt pretty good. I think Chalice and Zero out of the sideboard can be pretty good. I think in theory the Frogifies on Urza could be good, or on the tokens even sometimes. But you know, I think probably not needing to go to Frogify is probably where it's at, because ultimately if you neuter the tokens against Urza, like it's always like iffy to try to remove Urza, because Urza's kind of bad in multiples and also makes your removal on the first one very bad. So sometimes you just want to go after the token, and obviously that worked out for us. Mardu midrange. Felt like we got lucky that one, but main deck Relic definitely showed its weight. Suddenly Loris is not, like, we're not utterly completely terrified of Loris anymore. Temur Living End. Main deck Relic just saved our butt. Blue-white Spirits. Them mulliganing to 5 saved our butt in game 2, but no, I mean, it seemed like we had a decent plan. We had a lot of ways to bounce Aether Vial. We had a lot of ways to try to keep ahead. Because if we drop an Aether Vial and they drop an Aether Vial and we keep bouncing their Aether Vial, then we end up coming ahead on tempo quite a bit. So there is that. Izzet Delver. Somehow I've been just doing very well against Izzet Delver. I don't know what to say. So I want to continue keeping up the good results against Izzet Delver. I think the main deck Relic is probably the best possible direction if you want to have a good game 1, because like as soon as I drop that Relic, I'm just like, I feel like I'm in good shape. So, oh yeah, also it makes a Unholy Heat often unable to deal with Svalun, and suddenly Svalun actually becomes a big problem for them if they don't have Delirium. So yeah, main deck Relic against Izzet Delver, that actually might be where it's at. So all right, we'll see. I think main deck Relic maybe where I'm going to be at for a while going forward. We'll see. Frogify will still be tested, but you know, I'm hoping our froggy friend will take us to good places as well. But we'll see. All right. So thank you everybody. You all have a wonderful week, and thank you again to all of my viewers, all of my supporters. Thank you for liking this video, and special thanks to all my patrons. I'm gonna, we're gonna have another deck tech upcoming, and I'll give you all the shout out like I usually do, and we'll hopefully make Merfolk and all monocolor for that matter great again. All right, take care.